Joining us now, Professor of Law, Liberty University, former AG, Kansas, Professor Phill Kline. Phill, thanks for your patience here. What is going on in America? We got 50 Trump supporters raided over the weekend. Now we got Mike Lindell being stopped at a Hardee's, taking his cell phone. Phill, what's going on here?
Well, you know, John, President Biden is carrying out the agenda that he's clearly articulated, in the belief that he's clearly articulated, particularly in front of Independence Hall in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago, that the American people are the threat to America. And it is the only consistency that you can see in his policy, is that he believes the government power should be exercised to promote people who agree with him and to harm people who disagree with him. And that government monies should be distributed to people who agree and support him and not to people who disagree with him. We see a war on small business that's been carried out from the lockdowns to the hiring of 87,000 new IRS agents. We see the shifting of funds through Build Back Better into union shops and organizations and corporations that are really an oligarchy in partnership with government. During the lockdowns, we saw the biggest shift in wealth in U.S. history from mom and pop stores, which are traditionally conservative, to big tech and others which weren't forced to shut down. And in fact, the American people were forced to utilize their services. We have seen this now consistently for 2 years. And I think you're absolutely right. The American people have had enough. They recognize this failure. And let me echo something that you have said, John, and that is we can overwhelm them with votes. The 2020 election was the most lawless in U.S. history, but it wasn't because of an algorithm hidden in the machine. It was because they turned government offices in the urban core with private money into Biden turnout centers. Now, that was illegal, and they broke the law in several areas, and it had a big impact on the election, and they might try to do it again. But we can defeat that by voting.